What we're talking about is no less than the end of civilization.
The end, and it could happen in a flash with a nuclear bomb, warns former U.S. Defense Secretary William Perry. North Korea's recent missile tests and aggressive flexing of its growing nuclear power sounds an alarm. Combined with today's political climate, Perry says, means a ratcheting up of the world's nuclear threat level.
The possibility of some kind of a nuclear catastrophe is probably greater than it has ever been, greater than any time during the Cold War.
Perry served under President Bill Clinton, but traces his nuclear knowledge back to the Cuban Missile Crisis as a CIA analyst during the Kennedy administration, when America edged frighteningly close to a nuclear war with Russia. That was the height of the Cold War, when school children rehearsed for a nuclear attack. Today, an aggressive Russia is once again touting its nuclear capability, while North Korea tests the new president, a brash, first-time politician, the administration promising a strengthening of its nuclear arsenal.
The United States will not yield its supremacy in this area to anybody. Our goal is to make sure that we maintain America's dominance around the world.
What is the North Korea piece of this?
The danger is not that North Korea would deliberately and consciously plan an attack with their weapons, but they would blunder into some kind of a conflict.
Is it real? How real is this?
Well, first of all, the nuclear weapons are very real, and there are almost 15,000 in the world today, more than enough to destroy the entire planet.
If the president gave the order, we had to launch the missiles.
It's a concern being echoed by Bruce Blair, former nuclear missile launch officer who recorded this anti-Trump ad for the Clinton campaign. Blair says he's speaking not as a partisan, but as a scholar. His concern, not just Kim Jong-un, but President Trump.
This person is erratic, impulsive, aggressive, ill-informed. He is the sole authority who can decide whether or not to launch thousands of nuclear weapons in minutes with a single phone call. Just don't have confidence in his judgment. I live in fear that he would make a bad call and that call could be civilization ending.
Trump supporters like former Navy SEAL Carl Higbie say despite his fiery rhetoric, the president understands the power of the office.
Launching a nuclear weapon is far different from launching a tweet. The world is a safer place when America is on top, when America is in power. The world is a safer place if our enemies believe that there is a chance that we may use nuclear power.
I love that quote. I think we can use that on...
What's even more alarming, says Perry, few are afraid like he is, believing a nuclear threat is more distant history than a present danger. So his granddaughter is sharing Perry's knowledge on social media to reach millennials. They call it the Perry Project, online courses, videos.
The bomb explodes with a power of 15 kilotons,
Sparking public education about a remote yet real and catastrophic threat.
No one I knew was talking about this.
Do you think anyone your age gets it?
I think they can. I don't think it's a willful ignorance of it. I think it's just unaware. The threat is still there. Just like global warming, nuclear weapons could end the world as we know it, but a lot faster.